All right, looks like we're almost ready here. Good evening, good afternoon, good whatever. I again forgot to mute the stream. There we go. Hey everybody, welcome to another Choozo race. It's not Choozo, it's Choozo. Choozo. Well, we got a race today between two 1-1 record players. It's ShinDigPig against Nikplayer. And the racing settings today are pretty straightforward. We got vanilla area, vanilla boss, vanilla escape, vanilla start, and we got a full countdown, easy difficulty, and a random morph, which shouldn't be too far out of the way with those settings. I believe it can only be at either morph ball vanilla or in the ceiling behind there. Oh wait, no, there's a couple more items that could be there. Oh no, in the ceiling? Or there could maybe be speed booster or screw attack, and then morph ball could be around the early supers area. But I think that's it. Okay, so ShinDigPig already ready, and Nikplayer almost there. I hope you're all having a great day. Having a great Black Friday, a fact which radio ads made abundantly clear is today. I hope you didn't spend too much on useless stuff. Only bought the necessary things like new SNES consoles, controllers, and AV things. Maybe a good old CRT or something like that. So a good offer on a CRT and thought, that's what I'm gonna buy. Right, about today's runners, I saw ShinDigPig run last week against Downty, and he definitely had the upper hand on that. Looked like a competent player and competent in randomizers as well. And I didn't know Nikplayer. I just checked out really quickly a VOD of his and was surprised that guy looks seriously fast. I was really surprised at how well he played. So with these settings, before I checked this out, I saw ShinDigPig in the advantage, but after checking Nikplayer, he looked really, really good. I think he might take this home. Since this is randomizer, anything can happen at any time. Okay, Nikplayer says he's ready, and Nikplayer ready's up. I'm gonna drop the gate. Gate dropped. Just gonna be a couple more seconds before they start racing. Looks like Nikplayer started his timer a little early. Not the worst thing in the world if the timer is a bit off. In the end, it just counts what the race time GG timer says. And looks like we're off. Alright, Nikplayer starting with a ship I don't recognize, ShinDigPig doing it all vanilla. I respect that. Also Nikplayer with a vanilla sprite, it looks like. Alright. So let's check out what those two players have been up against. Both take a loss in their first round, both against very strong opponents. Nikplayer lost against Polar Bear Bunny, in my book, maybe the strongest player in this whole tournament. And Nikplayer won the second round against Sailor Map. Then ShinDigPig lost against B2 Nitro. Sort of a newer player, but I've seen him in lots of weeklies and spread ladder races. Pretty fast guy. And took home the win against Dante in the second round. I think we saw a Moonfall on Nikplayer's side and no Moonfall on ShinDigPig's side. Thereby Nikplayer with a couple of seconds advantage right now. First item is Screw Attack, so in fact that Morph Ball might be around the early supers area. I don't think there's anywhere else, anywhere later it could be, but that Screw Attack is a strong indicator for Morph Ball not being misleading. Alright, and ceiling is... It is... Indeed, it's both the items that would be necessary for not putting Morph Ball in the first area they are here right now. So, all they can do is now go through the wall. That's a funny start. Okay, oh, I have to track this. I'm tracking and I'm commenting, so go nuts and remind me of whatever I'm forgetting. So we got Screw Attack for both, Speed Booster for both. Very nice. So those are two excellent, great items. A good time to point out that counter in the top left that says Crater 1, which means that only one major upgrade item is left in the area criteria, including Blue Brinstar. Yeah, you could have gone down there. You got Screw Attack, you don't have to do this stupid stuff. Morph Ball could be down there, in fact. I forgot this item. Just use Screw Attack, Nikplayer, come on. And here, ShinDigPig pays off for him that he seems to have maybe a bit more randomizer experience. But this is just me talking about stuff. I don't know if that's in fact true. Not a too big loss for Nikplayer, it's just an E-Tank. Nice to have definitely early on for ShinDigPig. But not the end of the world for Nikplayer missing that. Alright, so with Speed Booster, Nikplayer can go into Gauntlet, also ShinDigPig, but decides to go towards Green Brinstar. Gauntlet, E-Tank, another item, area, location, I forgot where Morph Ball could be. Also, I forgot Terminator, where it could also be. So, looks like it's either at Gauntlet E-Tank or at the early supers area. Not sure about the easy difficulty, maybe that rules out a Morph Ball at Gauntlet. We'll find out soon. ShinDigPig doing the same play, also going there. Nobody wants to get stuck in the tiles, in the breakable tiles before the Gauntlet E-Tank. Can shimmy your way out, but you might shimmy your way straight into acid that takes your health down quicker than you can say whoops. And there's Space Jump. Man, what are those early items? That's insane. Just a pack of missiles. Which is nice to have right now, because those are the keys to get into the next door. Where Morph Ball will be right at the position of the vanilla reserve tank. Right there, I'm sure. Yep. Couldn't have been anywhere else, I think. Alright, we got Speed Booster, we got Screw Attack, and we got Space Jump. That's an insane loadout after 4.5 minutes. Morph Ball, where's Morph Ball? There it is. Marked, and Space Jump. ShinDigPig doing the same play, going for the item first in order to get his keys for the door into Morph Ball. Nikplayer going to the left, taking a save indeed. This is not too bad doing that. I've never done that, but it's not even possible, it's actually likely to not find a good item at the big pink area. But maybe he also took that save because there are some technical issues. Let's see, maybe he forgot to... I don't know. Looks like some sort of technical issues. Never mind. Gives ShinDigPig opportunity to catch up to that really fast player, Nikplayer. Nikplayer told me he's from Poland. First ever Polish Super Metroid player I met. Awesome. I do believe Pig is from the States, but I'm not sure. I know he speaks English, which sounded natively. It's been a week ago. Oh, ShinDigPig actually going back up, not opting to go into the big pink area where Nikplayer is right now. Oh, he finds supers, which is actually really nice. Now he can actually escape from there and go towards the right. And we don't know if ShinDigPig is gonna find his supers up here in criteria. Also, the players still need power bombs. Those are the two most important minor items, especially early on. This can take a while sometimes to get the first ones. So Nikplayer with half of that, having found the supers. More supers in the green brimstone tube. And what you could do now, if you are Nikplayer, you can go up the red tower, and then you have exactly one item location you can check up there. And if it's not power bombs, you have to circle all the way around, unless you also go into Gauntlet, of course. Or you could go down. So what you always do is go down, and then you don't find power bombs and get really peeved when you find them at the vanilla alpha power bombs location. All right, hey, we got first of all, we got a morph ball for ShinDigPig, we got space jump for ShinDigPig, and some item at this, what's his face? Bombterizo, that's the name. Probably being the supers he just obtained. Oh, also, if anybody in chat who would like to volunteer for tracking, that would be super neat and awesome. So just say hey if you wanna. Only miners in red Brinstar, which could also be an E-tank. Nikplayer still on 0 E-tanks because he didn't go into Old Mother Brain with a screw attack. Looked like he thought he'd need the speed booster for that. So, thanks to the speed booster, Nikplayer has a couple of locations open to him actually, because not only can he check the high jump boots area for 3 items, he can also go down to Crocomile, which it's a bit dicey with no E-tanks, but it's certainly doable. Alright, so Gauntlet just a pack of missiles. Pig resets that, doesn't want it. So that probably means Pig will now go down into the pink. I've seen players quite often jumping into the tube for the second minor item before high jump boots, and I haven't quite understood why players do that. I don't really see any upside of peeking that early compared to peeking it on the way just dropping down. Still no PBs, so PBs could be it. Let me think about that. Definitely not where ShinDigPig is going right now. He will not find any item. No, he will find an item at Alpha Missiles. And behind the ceiling eater. There's 2 items to check. Also, it could be at Alpha Power Bombs, or Power Bombs could be at the Croc area, but the E-tanks at this point are not indicating towards a Croc play. So what ShinDigPig is doing, this might actually be the absolute play. Very high probability of him finding Power Bombs where he is right now. There they are. Alright, so pretty much everything criteria open to him. Sparking up to criteria supers is dicey to say the least. It's doable, especially with the space jump, it's not too risky. And with the screw attack, it's even not too hard either. Nikplayer unfortunately has to move out from that area and will now try to find his luck at the Alpha Power Bombs area. the Alpha Power Bomb's location indeed. Because if there are no power bombs there, then that's all he's gonna get. Looks like Nikplayer turned off his screw attack. Maybe he doesn't trust the platforms. Alright, more supers up there at Billy Mays. I think the other item was just a pack of missiles. Oh, or an E-Tank. ShinDig is on 2 E-Tanks right now. Alright, Alpha Power Bombs would have been a good play for... Oh, there! Check Alpha Power Bombs! Ah, you can get the one item. Maybe he just sees the 00 and doesn't remember that he's still looking for power bombs. Desperately. We know this is not too bad because he's probably going down to Blueprint Store where ShinDigPig is right now and will find his power bombs there. And that's the item in criteria, which is Plasma Beam. Great one. So players have everything to dish out the pain. ShinDigPig considerably pumping jewels into his beam. Oh, Tracker, are you showing me the plasma? There's the icon. Alright, by routing this more cleverly, ShinDigPig has taken a good lead here. Opts to go into the spacer check for more miners. And we will soon see what the crate area has for us, if there's any upgrade item there. Crate area will have the crate boss as well, so completely clearable. I think there were 4 items in Upper Norfair. Do I remember that correctly? And Crate has 1 item. Always happy to see that. Might be in the wall, where ShinDigPig is going right now. But he's not checking it. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Checking it on the way out so you can make sure you have the power bombs to check it and go out. Nicely done, ShinDigPig. That's playing with your brain. It is a bit unlikely not to get a powerbomb drop from a boss, but it has happened too many times. So if I had seen that 1 powerbomb myself, I would have done exactly the same. But chances are I would have completely missed it. Oh, Nikplayer now remembering he got a screw attack to go into Old Mother Brain. I don't know if he remembers himself trying to get in there with speed. That is a crate down, taken to prom, but getting disappointed nonetheless. That's a pack of supers, you want that. We're just getting close to the Ridley ammo threshold, which is 30 supers. Always nice to have, even if you got a charged plasma combo, because that DPS against Ridley is just unbeatable. Also makes the fight extremely safe. Even with some low tier loadout, maybe you only got barrier suit and high jump, maybe you are stuck on the 2 E-tanks you got. So now he's on 4 power bombs, and he can check this item without having the fear of not getting out. It's high jump boots. Might not play the largest role in these settings, but still great to have, especially if you find barrier and you can do a check behind lower northward. High jump boots, those are good for the catch-up phase. Yeah, I guess you're right. And also for the Ridley fight I was just talking about. Ridley fight much safer with high jump. Apart from that, I'm not a high jump boots fetishist like so many players are. Alright, I'm assuming Nikplayer got his plasma beam out there. Although he's still on 3 power bombs. Let's see his next shot. That's a plasma shot. I don't think Norfair is in logic, because this is easy, and I'd assume that easy would give the players way more E-tanks before attempting an upper Norfair play. The one item at Bubble Mountain is definitely in logic with Speed Booster, and maybe even Croc. But yeah, this is looking like Wreck Chip is the place to be right now. And it looks like Nikplayer is going there right now. He already got that check behind the upper Norfair high jump boots play, so it makes sense for him to instantly go towards Wreck Chip. And that'll chew out a little bit of that lead ShinDigPig has. He's still 1 boss ahead. Oh, speaking of which, 1 boss ahead. Checked. Oh, supers are good for the catch-up phase. Yeah, you're right. Supers in general are super. I think that's why they are called supers. Great little things. Never skip them. Unless you got charged plasma and 30, then just skip them. Alright, also no hell runs from ShinDigPig. Okay, so this looks a bit even Steven. Nikplayer with the on-track advantage, but with the 1 pit stop down. The item advantage of high jump boots, that's not too much of a disadvantage. That Alpha Spark didn't work out for ShinDigPig. No biggie. Just a couple of seconds time loss. You get those time losses all the time during a run, and you can always assume your opponent gets those too. And any percent runner would reset this. Random players don't reset. There are 4 items. Oh, there's Charge Beam and Spooky Missiles. So that's a check behind ammo for Nikplayer, and soon to be behind for ShinDigPig as well. I'm marking that right now. And still 1 more item to find in Wreck Chip, which I would assume has to be progression, right? Does anybody remember how much stuff is left in Greenville Star? Oh, it's a reserve tank. Sweet. And ShinDigPig doing the wrong thing and skips it. But takes the 2nd power bomb pack. That's a good idea. Unless you find Ice Beam, you always want to be on 15 at least. who are not saying trash tank when I am commentating a race. Collect them all. I'm so proud I found all 4 reserve tanks in my last race, and it even made sense picking them up. And the last reserve tank I found that was behind bot wound, and I didn't have speed boosters, so I took that as well. Alright, we got a Phantom fight. I would switch audio to Nikplayer, but Nikplayer has a bit of trouble with his audio. We don't have any from him. Yeah, this looks like a competent Phantom fight. Opts to go for charge shots, 450 damage, so the same as 4.5 missiles. And if you're asking yourself now, how would you fire half a missile? I'll tell you, have you ever tried? You have to press the button for a really, really short period. Reserve skin help at the ketchup phase. Yeah, looks like you know all about the ketchup phase, Twin Elements. Alright, so Nikplayer continuing his run through Wrecked Ship. We might have lost ShinDigPig, which makes this a pretty quiet affair. Just my voice you're hearing right now. Pig stream is still going. No, I pinged volunteers. Nothing I can do about that. Oh, there he is. There we are. ShinDigPig entering Phantom on the restream now. Nikplayer setting up for a save scum of the Wrecked Ship E-Tank item. The item was there before, but since this is no area rando, there was no way for him to get there. You can see some difference in the Phantom fight between the two runners. So looks like we have a bit of an even matchup. ShinDigPig looks like indeed a bit better suited for Randomizer, but Nikplayer has the movement advantage, so this could work out pretty interesting in the end. Nikplayer really has to look out, is on 23 health right now, has the save, so oh my god, and there's the gravity suit. Now he really has to be careful, because anything that touches him will kill him, except for the electricity. I think he might be able to take one of the electricity hits. Does not have a crystal flash. Continues towards the right. That's an interesting choice. Does want to go directly into the East Meridia area. It's the longer route to take, but looking at the health, this is a pretty good play indeed. Would have been super easy to die on the way back, just one minuscule mistake and he would be dead. And here he can farm up his health if he wants to, he does so. And then continue towards the next boss. Alright, and Phantom is down on ShinDigPig's side. And soon we will see how many items East Meridia has for us. We are still looking for the barrier suit. After that, players will be in go mode. Charge plasma, speed booster for bot wound, and high jump boots. High jump boots, I haven't marked that, but Nikplayer has not obtained that yet. But ShinDigPig has charge beam. Nice little moonfall down there from Nikplayer. I have no idea if this room has a name. Forgotten Highway 2 or whatever. All these rooms are just awful. You never want to go through there, especially if you know that you'll have to go completely vanilla ways. If you know that in a boss run with Dragon is down already, this might be a good route. But with having to go through all those rooms, through the sand holes, and the left sand hole, and then back up through West Meridia, this is just awful. Still a good choice with the health that Nikplayer had. 2 items in East Meridia. Good chance we find our warrior suit here, and I'll have to mark gravity. ShinDigPig with the same save scum. And if ShinDigPig decides to go out the left side of Wrecked Chip after getting his gravity suit, we might even see a convergence here. Nah, Nikplayer is still ahead at Dragon. Does go to the left. He'll have to Green Gate glitch there. In my opinion, the worst Green Gate in the game. I always need a million supers for this, which is awful when you get a Aqueduct random start and have to go through there because you have no Morph Ball. But he gets it within like 5 missiles or something, 5 supers or something like that. No items in West Meridia. So players really hoping for East Meridia to have that warrior suit they are looking for right now. And which is also pretty much the only thing that ShinDigPig is looking for from here on out. A couple of things would be nice to have. Most important of which would be Ice Beam. That'll save a couple of seconds, a couple of more seconds, a lot of time actually in Victorian Metroid rooms and the Zap Skip. Nikplayer checking out Aqueduct, getting wall jumps up there, saving energy. And ShinDigPig is deciding to go out the left way. Pretty much sure he's going to the left right here, exactly. Nothing more major you could find in Wrecked Chip. Alright, we got a save. Save before bot room. Maybe Nikplayer wants to get the sand pits out of the way right now. Indeed, he does so. Welcome SpeedGaming 3 viewers, welcome to the Super Metroid race. I didn't see what was in the left sand pit, but it seemed like it was just trash, so Nikplayer resetting this. Or maybe it was Varia and Nikplayer wants to get this on his way out. We will see this by watching where Nikplayer is going next. Obviously no Varia suit in left sand pit. Alright, ShinDigPig, gonna catch up to Nikplayer here a little bit. And remember, he has Crate down and Nikplayer hasn't. That's grapple, you wanna pick that up, but maybe also on your way down. After the boss fight against Dragon, you go through the right sand pit and then into the Shackle thingy. Now it looks like Nikplayer is opting to keep that right now. Has to do another loop through all those rooms. That's a bit sucky, but it might get rewarded if he decides to go into Shack Tool, which he doesn't, and Varia is there. Then it would be rewarded. But we will find out soon. Varia can't be that far anymore. Again the question, does anybody remember if there were any items left in Green Brinstar? Alright, so what's ShinDigPig's play here? Yeah, that door is blue. I always have trouble remembering that as well. I shoot supers into that door all the time. It looks like no shack tool check. Okay. So since Pig saved, yep, that's what he's gonna do. Himself going into the sandpits, he will do the check for the grapple beam and the E-tank first. And in the meantime, Nikplayer has re-arrived at the aqueduct area and will take the bot wound and the dragon fight. ShinDigPig decided he doesn't want that grapple beam for now, but probably remembering that for later. The thing is, if you do the sandpits first, then your play after Dragon is, in case you don't find Varia, your play would be to go into Plasma Beam and then into Shack Tool. But since Grapple Beam is at the right sandpit, you'll have to go to Plasma Beam and then somehow back into the right sandpit. And that's a bit sucky. There's Basil, so no Varia suit here. Right! Forget all what I just said about routing this isn't important anymore. So where be Varia? And that's just a few rooms apart from each other here. Ah, third power bomb pack, excellent. Could Varia actually be at the Easy Logic special location at Bubble Mountain? That would be so funny. Yeah, I think he is ahead with a great kill. So routing and just a bit more randomizer logic is what caught ShinDigPig ahead, compared to better movement and better boss fights from Nikplayer. ShinDigPig probably wishes he had that grapple beam right now. But with Plasma Charge, where the Dragon fight isn't too bad. Also, maybe you can get 1 or 2 sparks in. Those do a ton of damage. Nikplayer indeed doing that. Like I said, this guy has great boss fights. And ooh, there was quite a bit of damage there in the end, but Nikplayer survives. Alright, so if players paid attention, they will not have to go to Shack 2. Because they spotted the last upgrade item, which is Spacer, behind Botwood. Which also means that ShinDigPig has no real reason to go, oh well, he'll be routing down, and then if I'm him, I'm going through the right sandpit again and picking up that grapple beam. And that one E-tank could also prove to be very nice to have. Oh yeah, Nikplayer had grapple. Right, why didn't he use it? That's the second fastest kill against Dragon. So here you will see the upgrade item. Blink and you miss it, it's a Spacer. ShinDigPig has to go for the strats I just talked about, because he doesn't have grapple. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 supers in there. Does not go for any sparks. Pretty much ammoing down Dragon. The real Shack tool was the friends we made along the way, Kyata. And eating. That's nice to have. E isn't too abundant for those runners, but it's getting better. Alright, Nikplayer still with track position. Bart will now go down to his crate fight. Now tries to get a needle mock ball through there, it looks like. And the two runners will come out of that area pretty much at the same time. There's the boots for Nick. Alright, I'm calling it right here and now. Barrier is going to be at Bubble Mountain. I'm sure the easy settings have a really high number of E-tanks required for Upper Norfair runs. If they are allowed at all. This commentator is not very well prepared. And finally I get to see left sandpit, just supers and missiles. Quick kill from Nikplayer, nicely done. Gonna find more ammo there. Runs into it. It's very low on supers, so that's not the worst thing to get. Yeah, ShinDigPig is skipping the grapple beam. I find that questionable. Especially if you're on that low supers. And I don't know how confident ShinDigPig is in his Ridley fight. I guess he'd want to farm a couple more supers for the fight. Okay, and players are converging right now. ShinDigPig with a very slight lead here. Since nobody is deciding to go up, there should be no items left in Green Ruin Star. I'm going to assume. Just one elevator ride apart the two guys. This is so great. ShinDigPig not wasting any time, directly going into Frog Speedway. Quick save from him. Meanwhile, Nikplayer is deciding he wants to check Ice Beam first. And with the E-tank requirements not being sure if this is in logic at all, I'm with ShinDigPig on this one. I'm still calling Various Suit at the next item location ShinDigPig is gonna check. Bubble Mountain. Drum roll. Tis there! I called it when there was pretty much nothing really left for it. So it would have been possible to get that logically way earlier, and then waste a bunch of time clearing Upper Norfair and Crocomire for the gravity suit you won't be finding. I would have lost this, because I would have gone into this warrior suit and wasted all the time in Norfair. This is Smrat special for sure. ShinDigPig wants to check more. Maybe wants more stuff for his for his Turian or his lower Norfair. No real reason to get for this X-ray anymore. There's no point in it. Fights missiles and bombs. That's another item off the list. Picking up the bomb might prove useful a bit later. Also, you don't have to worry about soft-locking yourself as much anymore. With 15 power bombs, this is pretty nice. Also they are full, almost, for both players. And there is this X-ray scope. I don't think you wanted that. And Nikplayer luckily doesn't try to go to Crocomire, instead goes for his various suit. So with those checks at Norfair Reserve, this means ShinDigPig has given up a little bit of his advantage and is now farming at the best spot to farm before lower Norfair. Unless you are checking Speed Booster as well, then farm there. Charge was found, players are in full go mode. They got Space Jump and High Jump boots for worst room in the game, and Nikplayer is going for Speed Booster. Maybe this is just for the farm and the items. It looks like it's just for the farm. And definitely a good idea with the health he had. Now that he's here, he wants to check those items as well. Haven't seen those so far. Now I have to mark bombs. Oh, there's Spring Ball, and he takes it. Good lad. Another eating. He's probably happy about that. Although he doesn't know ice can't be here, so he would have liked to find ice. Alright, ShinDigPig entering low Norfair. Has everything he wants for that. The Maverick, the high jump boots, you name it. The Varia suit, which isn't on the tracker yet. Nikplayer going for more checks. Interesting. I see a little PTSD in the chat for Twin Elibis. That was rough though. Oh, I missed worst room in the game, which with this item loadout was just a room in the game. Takes a safety save. Some pretty good ammo for this Ridley fight. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Both runners still happy about the E-tanks they find. They provide safety. And they put them into a position to do stand-up glitch against Brain if they want to. Not that this is important in any way, it's just a couple of seconds. I don't know, what is it in German? Posttraumatische Brötchen schmieren? Belastungsstörung, okay. Yeah, probably that. I never knew the German word for it. My brain. Alright, here we go. The pig against the bird. I got my money on the pig. He has 20 out of 30 necessary supers, which means he'll have to do 14 charge shots. Why is it generous? Well, okay, he's a pterodactyl, and birds evolved from the dinosaur thingies, so Ridley's burp. Whatever. The pre-bird. Starting to get a little dicey for the pig. Has to get a few more charge shots, and oh, Ridley looks dead now. And he sees it as well, rolls to a ball, waits for the grab. Ridley's not dead. Oh, jeez. Pumps his missiles into the air. Desperation play. Come on, pig. You got this. Ah, now he's dead. Creates a bit of lag to give him more time. Oh no, oh, 4 HP is bad. Please, Ridley, please. No! The bird wins against the pig. My prediction was wrong. Oh no, this means Nikplayer pulls ahead. It's not the end of the world. ShinDigPig had the save before Ridley. But this could be the deciding difference between the two players. They were in the fight simultaneously. Nikplayer entered the fight before ShinDigPig died. And Nikplayer has got his bird down. Will he go for a couple more item checks, maybe behind Ridley? That's a fairly quick one. And 2 items here means Ice Beam is at large, potentially. That's just a pack of supers, don't need those anymore. Alright, sad little high five just there. ShinDigPig entering his second Ridley fight just as Nikplayer was exiting his. And Nikplayer's on the run. He didn't check Fire Fleece, which means he does check Jail, didn't expect that. It's just another E-Tank, which he doesn't want. But we'll have 2 more things to check on his way out, and if he's really lucky, Ice Beam is there. Even a Wave Beam would be pretty neat to have. Does get his damage per second up a lot. And there it is! Hey, I've seen it there, I think yesterday? I don't remember. I've seen it at some point in a race. Still wants that item as well, just need it. Nikplayer on a mission here, just wants to escape as quickly as possible now. Alright, Ridley turned around. Oh, and turned around too quickly for ShinDigPig. Does turn around by himself again, but ShinDigPig turns around Ridley to the bad side and turns around a couple more times. This is turning into a waltz. I don't think Ridley is dead, but I didn't pay too much attention to the fight at the beginning. Ah, we already saw that. It's a pack of power bombs. And Ridley is down, so we will probably see the pack of power bombs again. Alright, Nikplayer busting the tube after already having done everything in radio, which is something you rarely see. But in this case, it actually made sense for Nikplayer to play the way he did. I rarely say going Forgotten Highway makes sense in a vanilla layout, but this time it actually did. Because Nikplayer was on 23 health when he found his gravity suit at the wrecked ship E-Tank location. Alright, we got another little gap in ShinDigPig's stream. Nothing I can do about that. If this doesn't solve itself, I'll have to ping somebody of the volunteer. Let's just wait a little bit. I am gonna check out what's going on at ShinDigPig's stream right now. So ShinDigPig is in Metroid Room 3 on... Oh no, not... That's Nikplayer. Right. ShinDigPig. ShinDigPig is exiting Lower Norfair. He's actually entering Bubble Mountain right now. And going down into Frog Speedway. Pretty much on his way out of Norfair into Meridia and then into the Criteria region and then into Turian. Meanwhile, like I just said, in Metroid Room 3, that's Nikplayer freezing the Metroids going through. Let's see if Nikplayer goes for a baby skip. And we don't have sound from ShinDigPig anymore. Unfortunately, it sounds like. There it is. Wonderful. Thank you. Seems a bit quiet, but it's better than nothing. Oh yeah, he got the hops. He got the hops, the multiple hops. Doesn't matter to him if he hasn't wave beam. Gets grabbed, but he got all the hops. That was too many hops. So no baby skip, the baby skip attempt. It's pretty hard without wave beam. Didn't get it. Doesn't matter in the end. Just one of those plays that give you a couple of seconds. Baby skip isn't important. Trust me. You don't need this. Thank you for not yelling at me that I didn't mark bosses. Oh my god, the trackers are all gone. We got charge, height, and plasma, barrier, gravity, morph ball. Bombs, but no spring ball, screw attack, high jump, space jump, speed booster. And Nikplayer's tracker is still correct. Except for the Ridley. There we go. I think that's right. I don't need this. Oh, Nikplayer, can't do a zap skip like that without wave beam. You have to go underneath the platform. Sets up for another speed zap skip. Gets it. Nice. If you get this, you don't have to even attempt for a nice beam zap skip. Also had to turn off his screw attack before that. Grab on that tracker. Thank you. Seems like I skipped that one accidentally. But what is zap normally? Probably mean shooting them from above, then doing a little spin jump in there. Oh, you're gonna see that. You would probably see me doing that because I don't rely on my speed zap skip. That's just atrocious. Oh, Nikplayer eating a ketchup. Oh no, another ketchup, but he doesn't eat it. Are we good? Mother Brain, are we good? We are good. Woo! More PTSD in the chat. So we got Nikplayer in Mother Brain 2.5 while ShinDigPig is entering his Turian. So if I only got Speed Booster, you will probably see me getting enough ammo to get through the zaps. And of course, there's always that one case of not finding Speed Booster or Ice Beam at all in a boss rando, or if you do a Crystal Flash clip. And then you don't have a zap skip. And then you gotta shoot through those. Account for the ammo. ShinDigPig destroying that Metroid with power bombs, does not try to get it off with a bomb. This has been a close race as is, and it would have been even closer if just the pig had beaten the bird. Man, Ridley can be so mean. I even said it, Ridley looked dead. Looks like ShinDigPig heard that and decided to roll up and not pump more shots into Ridley. Alright, Mother Brain 3 on Nikplayer's side. Not too much that can go wrong from here on out. Escape will be vanilla. A bit too early the turnaround from Nikplayer. I don't know if he tried to go for a blue bomber there or if he just pressed down once too many times. Yes, once too many times, that's how you say it. Second attempt, moon falling down. Doesn't get sniped. Alright, just the climb now. B sparks up. but doesn't get through the platform. Looks like he wasn't crouched at the point he sparked up. Nice parallel. Almost flawless. ShinDigPig pausing, turning on his screw attack again to be on the safe side. And we got Nikplayer in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 1 minute and 21 seconds. GG Nikplayer. So I haven't gotten an answer yet from ShinDigPig if he wants to come in for an interview. Since he's from Poland, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't want to. I'm not sure how good his English is. Oh yeah, he's coming in. Very nice. So I invited Nikplayer to the SpeedGaming commentary booth now. I hope he gets this. ShinDigPig obviously finishing up his seat. He's just so close behind, why wouldn't he finish? And I'm joined here by Nikplayer, the winner of today's race against ShinDigPig. GG's Nikplayer, very well played. Hello?
Thank you.
Ah, there you go.
My mic is just broken a little bit.
All right. I heard that. That's the most important thing. So, I already said that in the commentary. I looked at one of your VODs earlier today, and I was surprised. You are a really fast player, and I wasn't expecting that. That was really well played. You were close to each other. ShinDigPig had better routing than you. He picked the better routes and was ahead of you just a little bit at Ridley, like maybe 30 seconds. And you were getting closer and closer all the time, so I think you would have won anyway. But then ShinDigPig died against Ridley. And that definitely gave you this race.
Yeah, Ridley is just an important boss. So dangerous sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. I think the most important thing I want to ask you about is you went from when you found Gravity Suit, you went through Forgotten Highway. What made you do that? And GG's to ShinDigPig.
Yeah, I just thinking that this thread is a little bit faster, and I don't know. In Maridia, we have some kind of items to check from the beginning, from the actual right side, and I decided to go there. And yeah,
So my thinking was I'm usually not convinced in a vanilla map and with vanilla bosses. Forgotten Highway usually is absolutely the slower way to go to Dragon. But in your case, it for once made sense to go there because you were on 23 health. So,
actually, that was the first time I picked the right here to get the right rag chip.
all right,
That was the first time I. Sorry for my English, but I'm kind of nervous.
no problem. All good, all good.
And yeah, I just picked because I decide to yeah I just thinking, oh, maybe it's just a few seconds faster, and yeah, so I decided here to check.
All right, gotcha. I understand.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons why ShinDigPig pulled ahead. He got a bit of advantage out of that because he walked into Meridia the normal way, and that was definitely faster.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see if ShinDigPig is coming in for an interview. He indeed is. All
Yep.
right. Anything else I want to ask? So the beginning of the seed, how about that? Getting screw attack and speed booster early?
Yeah. I just hoped that I find mothball or power bomb. Power bomb was disgusting from the beginning. I
Yes.
Brimstone, no power bomb. Criteria, I don't know. No, that was here and one power bomb, I think, in Criteria. But yeah, in Brim.
Your microphone cut off there.
Sorry. Is this good?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Okay. Yeah, that power bomb strat was so disgusting and terrible. But in Brimstar we don't have a power bomb. No, I think in Kateria was one power bomb, and I decided to check Wagship first because that would be faster to kill these bosses. And yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good idea, I think.
Yeah,
Good side.
I think absolutely the same. ShinDigPig found that power bomb earlier than you, and then took that power
Mhm.
bomb down towards Crate and Upper North
Ah,
there.
yeah.
But you found that way earlier. You already had checked high jump boots, stuff like that. And so for me, it made absolutely sense that you went into Wreck Chip after that. So that was a good play. But still, because Pig, he found the power bombs earlier, that meant he had an advantage over you at that point.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay.
just a second. Looks like I'll have to invite Shindig Pig to this as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Invited him. So, question from chat. You found the grapple beam in the right sandpit, and you
Mm-hmm.
carried it out. You actually carried out the grapple beam, but you didn't go to Shack Tool after that. Was
I grabbed the scribble beam and not not used it. I know. I don't know why I picked the grapple beam. I was just so stressed that
all
I
right.
don't know. I grabbed this and I don't use this grapple beam right because I forgot some seconds that I have a space jump and
Oh, okay.
this
You also
and
didn't use it against Dragon as well.
yeah, my pickup is no the blue suit. I decide to to do blue suit, And
Alright.
the grapple beam stride will be a little bit faster, but when you get the blue suit, you can just fly all around left to the
Yeah.
left door. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ShinDigPig, where are you? Come on. You can just come in, ShinDigPig.
Okay.
Can I move him here? Oh, looks like
Wow.
it. Hey, I can move him. Hey,
Hi,
ShinDigPig.
hi,
Hey.
ShinDig.
How are you guys
GG.
doing? Yeah, good game.
GG. Yeah, good game, GG.
So, I'll tell that again. You were ahead at Ridley. Not by much, by about 30 seconds. But you were... so, Nikplayer had the faster movement, the faster bosses. But you made way better routing decisions, and that got you the advantage when it came down to lower warfare. Unfortunately, this didn't turn out to be a close race just because you took an unfortunate death against Ridley. So,
Yeah.
on a scale from 0 to 10, how bad felt that?
Yeah, that hurt. And then I go back and I'm perfectly fine. Like Ridley just had my number there. He got me good.
I even said on the commentary, okay, Ridley looks dead now. And at the same moment, you rolled into a ball, and then Ridley just picked you up and carried you to the top. Okay, Ridley was not dead.
Yeah, he just didn't die. He just he kept going. I thought for sure he was gone, but I should have just farmed supers right there before the first fight, and I would have had more to just kind of spam at him, and it would have been better.
And it would have been easy for you to farm supers if you had decided to go down through the right sand pit, where you knew grapple beam would be chilling.
I still wanted some E tanks at that point, and I was like,
okay.
I'll trade the chance for E for the grapple beam, which I know I would basically only use for farming at this point.
All right, that's a good and informed decision. I like that.
I think where you found bombs?
At the Norfair Reserve location, where also X-ray was.
That's
okay.
that's also why I went there. I was like, maybe I can get a quick E out of these 3 checks, and I ended up with those things instead.
Yeah, I was thinking that as much.
Yeah, I checked only the speed boost away, and I found Spring Ball. That was it.
Yeah, and you picked it up. I like that. And Chat again is pointing out there was an E-tank next to grapple. Man.
Oh yeah, there wasn't there? Man.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Oh, that could have been the E-tank.
I saw that Spazer was there, so I was like, okay, there's no more majors here, so I don't need grapple for Shack Tool, so I can ignore it. And I was like, I'll go check out the other one, completely forgetting E was right next to it anyway.
Oh man. Right, so that's how it happens sometimes. Okay, so we got Nikplayer going up into the 2-1s, and ShinDigPig going into the 1-2s. Anybody you look up to playing against, or you don't want to play against, maybe?
Yeah, why not?
Not look up, look forward to. That's what I wanted to say.
I mean, I'd say the whole pool intimidates me a little bit, so I'm having fun either way.
I too. Me too.
All right, then. Gonna be a good couple of weeks. Still, we are halfway through the Swiss round, so 3 more weeks coming up for everybody. And I'm sure there will be a couple of cool matchups on the ways, because the players will get closer and closer skill-wise. It's gonna be great. Okay. Anything you want to add in the end?
Thanks for calming and tracking.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure watching your race and commenting it. It was a close race and would have been super, super close. Ah, man. Next time, maybe. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you, everybody, for watching this. Thanks, SpeedGaming, for the restream. Thanks, Idle Child, for organizing this entire tournament. Special shoutouts to you, the runners, ShinDigPig and Nikplayer. Go follow those runners. Be like Orange Gamer and follow the runners. And with that, Yeah, with that, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Until next time. Oh, there's going to be a race again in 40 minutes, I think. I think it's on SpeedGaming 3. Oh, let's check that out real quick.
Go follow Beamer too. He's a great Super Metroid player.
He's the best. Let's feel. Oh, I'm so looking forward to my next match. It's gonna be against a great player. It can only be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so the next match will be 3 p.m. Eastern. So it's up already on SpeedGaming 3. Go there right now. It's Coxlar playing against Lilifin, commentated by Count Cranberry and Slowless. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Until next time.